Now let's go back to Aruba and bring in Natalie's mom, Beth Holloway Twitty. Beth, welcome to our show. And I understand today you actually confronted Deepak Kalpo. This is, of course, a young man that reportedly your aunt blamed for Natalie's disappearance. Tell us about that remarkable meeting.
Well, I don't know how long I was in there. It may have been an hour. It could have been longer. And we went in there to develop some pictures. And I'm just trying to give Deepak an opportunity to talk to me. We know that he has some answers. And I think one of the biggest questions that I have is Yaron committed these sexual assaults against Natalie in the car. We know with Deepak and Satish in there. And, I just asked him, did you try to help Natalie? Or did you participate? And, he can't even answer that. He would just either refer to it with silence, or his attorney told him not to speak with me. And I just can't imagine, given that opportunity, he would not want to take advantage of it to clear his name with Natalie's mother standing right there in front of him.
So you went to this internet cafe and asked him about the reports of the sexual assault or the rape in the car, and he just simply refused to answer.
And I can't refer to it as rape, but I can refer to it as sexual assaults. That's as far as I can go with it. And, I know that some were occurring. He would not, like I said, either answer me with silence, would not look at me. I had to keep telling him over and over again, pick your head up, look at me. When I'm talking with you, I'm trying to help you. Look at the damage that you were, look at what he's doing to Aruba. I mean, the citizens, I'm sure, are outraged at how he is, just disregarding, any type of respect for, maintaining Aruba's integrity. And, there are a lot of people that have been watching, even from the U.S., and, we're all wanting answers, and we're giving him every opportunity to, clear his name, and, he can't do it. He can't.
And we're looking at extraordinary images right now of that meeting that you had with him. Did you at any point in this meeting just simply say, hey, listen, I don't think you're telling the truth. Your story that you've been telling the police, or I guess I should say your stories just don't add up. Did you call him a liar?
I didn't call him a liar, but I can tell you in the hour or hour and a half I was there, I asked him repeatedly. I was very persistent, and I did not stop. We have to have answers. I kept reminding him, we've got $250,000 reward for the whereabouts of Natalie. We're offering $1 million for her safe return. We as her family are doing everything we can to make this, if there is information, to make it worthwhile to come forward. We're giving him lots of choices, opportunities to come forward and do the right thing. Offered him to please come on one of the shows with me, yours tonight. Clear your name. But that just shows some huge level of guilt and involvement. He cannot even look at Natalie's mother. He can't even deny it. I could see maybe not admitting, but he.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fascinating that you go in there and he can't even make eye contact with you, that here you are, the person that's obviously anguished by the disappearance of your daughter and possible death of your daughter. You go try to talk to him, and you've got to tell him, make eye contact with me, look in my eyes. I mean, so you sensed that he looked guilty to you. Was he obviously intimidated by your presence in there?
I'll tell you, he looked sick to me. He looked sick with worried. All I saw were his eyelids the entire time, except when I would tell him he had to look at me. That's all I saw. His head was down. He was nervous. I mean, he was just continually, going back and forth to the computer, just frantically typing, just senseless typing. I could see where I was seated. There was just senseless typing. It was just, it was almost that fright or flight that someone gets. But he couldn't flight, so all he had was fright in there.
Now, is he following
Obviously,
your
he was on duty.
campaign? Yeah, obviously on duty, trying to stay away from your questions. Is he aware of the campaign, the aggressive campaign that you're going through every night on TV? Does he understand that you're not going away, that you're going to keep going back on TV time and time again until you get justice for your daughter?
You know, I think he is truly aware of it, and I'm encouraged by the fact that he is watching. I think he's got a vested interest in this case. You know, because I thought it was unusual. The one question that he did ask me, and this was probably 10 minutes before I was leaving, he told me, he said, the media has not seen this side of you. And I told him I'd been saving it for you, Deepak.
What side is that?
I think it's just a side that, you know, I will stop at nothing to get answers. There is nothing that I won't do. There's nowhere that I won't go. And there's nothing, I'm going to ask every question. I don't care how painful it is. I will do it because I'm not going to have any regrets. And there are too many people that have been supporting me, and they want answers too. So if I'm in the position to ask them, I need to take advantage of it. And so I had the opportunity, and I did the best I could because, you know, it's a tragedy for Aruba, and it's a tragedy for all of us involved. These citizens deserve better than that. They are good people here. They do not deserve to be put through what Deepak and Satish Kalpo and Yaron Vandersloot and the father, Paulus, are putting them through. They're subjecting their country to this, and it's a tragedy. It is a shame.
Did you ever ask him questions like, where is my daughter? Is my daughter still alive? Did you kill my daughter? Did it ever go to that level where you were really asking just the tough questions?
Joe, I've got a lot more days on this island, so I'm not going anywhere. I've got plenty of time. So I've got lots more pictures to be developed at the Internet Cafe. So it's going to go slowly.
Yeah. So you plan on going back there?
Well, absolutely. I've got more pictures to be developed, yes. It's a great place to go. Also, I've got to go back because I was so saddened that Natalie's poster had been taken down.
Really? Inside the Internet Cafe,
Yes.
It's remarkable that here we have,
Yes.
again, people riding around the United States, thousands of miles away, and yet they're taking the posters down there. Did you mention that to him? Did you mention to anybody in the store?
Oh, absolutely. There was a customer at the counter the same time I was there, and I just, you know, the man knew who I was, and I, you know, had to explain, you know, that the reward for the $1 million for a safe return and the $250,000 for her whereabouts because, you know, the tourists that come here, they ask me, where are her posters? Why don't you have her posters up? And if I put them up, I can't help it if this business owner took her poster down. It saddened me greatly because we are trying everything we can as her family to bring forth a resolution. But, you know, we've got to have some help. And for the most part, they remain in these businesses on the walls and on the glass doors, and which is, you know, that's where we need to get the message out. But if I put one up, and his owner, this is what Deepak told me, that either his manager or boss made him take it down.
Yeah,
so the only thing I know to do is go back and try again.
Do it again. So you were with Deepak for an hour, at least an hour. You saw him avert his eyes from you. You saw him look down. You saw him type nervously. In reading, and I go back to the first night you got to the island. You immediately figured out that Yaron and Paulus Vandersloot were involved just by reading their body language. After being in the presence of Deepak for an hour earlier today, are you convinced that he is involved in the disappearance of Natalie?
Oh, absolutely. And anybody that was in there and saw him would 100% conclusion. There wouldn't be one person. There would not be one person that didn't believe that he had involvement. If they would have been in there and witnessed and been in his presence, there's no one that wouldn't believe that he has involvement.